Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Josh. What's going on? Welcome to the R-Rated Podcast. Coming at you on first week of November 2018. Just hanging out by myself. Decided it was time to bust out a new JunkMail episode. JunkMail is just simply a regular old podcast of me shooting the shit into the microphone. Just trying to scratch that itch to just talk about some things that don't make it into a normal commentary podcast with Matt or with anybody else. Just some things that have gone down, movies I've seen, just stuff going on in my life. Just to let you, hear a little bit more beyond just watching movies together. So, man, I probably haven't done a junk mail in about 2 or 3 months, I guess. I actually did record an episode 3 a while back, and I never published it because I just felt like the energy wasn't really there. I must have just kind of had an off night, and I don't know. I felt like I could redo it better, so here we are. And some things have gone down since then, so I just try to go back and recap some of that stuff. But how are you guys doing? How's everything going out there in our land? You guys enjoying the content we're putting out? We're trying to consistently get stuff out every month. I like to try to get a new fan commentary out, like every 3 weeks or something. Sometimes we do a little more. Maybe sometimes it's more like 4 weeks. But on the average, every month we try to get something out. But yeah, we did maybe a little extra content for Halloween this year. We did Halloween 2 TV cuts. We had with Neil from the No Fucking Way NFW podcast, horrorphilly.com. He came on and did that with us. That was a lot of fun. Matt and I did Monster Squad. I did Halloween Resurrection finally with Eric Harrison from the Death Twitch, and that was a lot of fun. Really enjoyed that, even though terrible movie. I know he's been putting that off for quite some time. I finally got him tied down to come on over and shoot the shit with me about that, and we had a lot of laughs and got a little bit analytical on that one, but it was fun and really enjoyed it. And of course, we did for our Halloween show. We did 1986's Trick or Treat. Yeah, that's a kind of like a cult classic film. So if you haven't seen it, go check it out on horrorphilly.com. We have it with the movie over there, our fan commentary, but it's also up on our YouTube channel, just the audio track. And I believe you can find a pretty decent copy of it on YouTube. I had considered maybe uploading it to YouTube with the movie because, it's already on YouTube, but I already have one copyright strike I got for doing... I think I posted Hollywood Chainsaw Hookers with the movie, and YouTube got me on that one. So I don't want to risk it. So I just, I just put the audio up on YouTube, but it's also over on horrorfilly.com with the video, in case you want to watch, along with us or whatever. It's a great movie. It's a lot of fun to watch. The soundtrack for that by Fastway is fucking awesome. I just haven't been able to stop listening to it since we did that episode. I just, I wake up in the morning, I turn it on, I go take a shower, I'm putzing around the house, listening to Fastway. It's the shit. Totally underrated 80s metal album, for sure, so check that out. But yeah, we're basically coming up on the end of what I would like to call Season 2. In Season 2, or every season has about 25 episodes, so we're almost done. Once we hit 50... that'll be the end of, say, a Season 2. And then going into the new year in the spring, I want to do some new things with the channel. We'll still be doing fan commentaries, but I want to do more reviews, more interviews, more top 10 lists. It seems like people really liked my top 10 fan commentaries video I put out. It was a cool way to link up with other horror hosts in the community, people that I really enjoy their content, people I just think are really cool and inspire my channel. And I just wanted to do a sort of a love letter top 10 list, so I put that out. People seem to like it, so maybe I'll do another top 10. I'm considering maybe doing a top 10 for top 10 Blu-ray commentaries. What are some of my favorite commentary tracks on the actual Blu-ray. So I would say, like, for sure, I would put on there for the Sleepaway Camp commentary track with Hiltzig and the director and what's her name, Angela, Felissa Rose. That is such a fun fucking commentary, man. They're so much, their chemistry is great. They're really interesting together. Felissa Rose is a lot of fun. So just I'd have to go back and look at the fan commentary, or not fan commentary, but the director / actor commentary tracks on either a DVD or Blu-ray or whatever, and pick out 10 that I like the most and maybe make a video for that. So that's something on the docket to do. What else? We didn't get around to a few things this season, which is too bad. I mean, I guess we still have time. Technically, we're taking November off. I just said, hey, Matt, we did a lot really fast, and, let's just take November off to take a breather. And, sometimes when you're recording a lot, you're dealing with technical issues, and I'm doing a shitload of editing, you kind of get burned out a little bit. And I find that I start maybe wanting to rush through the enjoyment of a commentary, just, let's get this thing done. And I don't want it to be like that. I want to be excited about doing it. And I always am once I get in there and roll up my sleeves, but I just don't want to. I felt like, we need a little breather. I know Matt's working on BananaLaser stuff. If you haven't checked out the BananaLaser on horrorphilly.com, they're a really awesome horror fan. I can't think of a simple fucking word. They're really great horror podcasts, and they do also fan commentaries over there. And they've just come back to do season, I guess it'd be their 4th season, and they're doing spotty episodes here and there. They're not really sticking to a schedule, but they've got 2 new podcast episodes and 1 fan commentary out there. They did Halloween H2O, and that was a lot of fun. So yeah, go check them out. They're great. So I want to maybe give him some time to go do some BananaLaser stuff. I have a review that I did with Aaron from the Revival House Network / BTM podcast. We did a quick 45-minute review of The Meg while we were waiting around to do a fan commentary one night for the BTM podcast. And it's good. I just need to go in there and chop it up and package it and get it up on the channel. It's a little late. Yeah, I know it's a summer movie, but it was so bad that we just decided that it would be easy to do a review and just talk about it. So I'm going to maybe do that this month. We didn't get around to doing Sleepaway Camp again this summer. I can't believe it. Like, first year of R-rated podcasts, we were just figuring everything out. We started in like early March and started with the Friday the 13th, and then we moved into Reanimator, and then Wizelle joined, and we were just kind of like, this show doesn't really plan ahead too much. It's just kind of like, what's the next couple shows going to be? So we don't really do an overview and say, oh, we're going to do this, this, and this, and this. I mean, I think the most that we kind of really plan ahead is like when October hits and we want to do specific Halloween shows. We really wanted to get some Halloween episodes under our belt because a new Halloween movie was coming out. So we got that done. But, Sleepaway Camp has been on the list. It's definitely one of my all-time favorite horror movies. I love it. It's so much fun. It's campy. It's weird. It's just a bizarre little 80s slasher movie with a weird twist at the end. It's just, for me, it's just charming as all get out. You know what I mean? And I've been wanting to start the Sleepaway Camp franchise for a while, and it's like, okay, we're going to do Sleepaway Camp this summer, and that was going to be with Jerry and my friend Nick. Jerry from Kill the Cast, and Nick from World Class Bullshitters. We ended up doing Friday the 13th Part 2 for Friday the 13th calendar date this year. We did that together. It was so much fun, and I really like recording with Nick, and Jerry and I seem to hit it off, so we're like, let's do Sleepaway Camp. That would be a good one for us to do, because Wizelle already did it on the BananaLaser, and they fucking slam dunked it. So I don't like to have to make him do repeat stuff. If they've already done it on their channel, it's great. Let it be its own thing. And I'll just bring in a guest to do that movie with some other people. So we were planning on doing that, and time just slipped through our fingers. And next thing I know, we were warming up for our Halloween season, and we just, I really want to do that movie like at the end of summer, because that's kind of like when the movie sort of takes place, and we just missed our window, unfortunately. So that's definitely on the docket for next year. Come hell or high water, we'll definitely do Sleepaway Camp. Maybe even Sleepaway Camp 2, who knows. Another thing that I really want to get done this year is The Predator, or not The Predator, but Predator, the original, 87. Me and Teddy Rubskin, a well-known YouTuber who I fucking love. I think he's fucking hysterical. He does like a lot of video gaming stuff in the Sega world, and he does snack time videos, and it's just fun, lighthearted stuff done through the lens of a puppeted stuffed bear, kind of like a Teddy Ruxpin, but this is Teddy Rubskin, and he's got sort of this street wise, sort of gruffy personality to him, and I just think it's really entertaining, a lot of fun. And I messaged him. I said, "Hey, would you come on the show and do a fan commentary with me for Predator?" And he said, "Yeah, absolutely." So that's kind of been on the sidelines waiting, and I just haven't, we just been focusing on Halloween, and now we're taking a little time off. So maybe in December, I'm hoping I can pull it together with him, and we'll get that done, because that'd be something different, something a lot of fun to do. So, other than that, man, we got a lot of shit done this year. I mean, we did some really, really great podcasting, had a lot of laughs, and, did a lot of great collaborating with, the Revival House Network. Aaron and Zach are two of my really good friends I've made through podcasting, and our channels just seem to be companions to each other. We sort of fit together real well. So I've did a lot of collaboration stuff with them this year. A lot of fan commentaries, and a little this, a little that, maybe a review or something thrown in there. And we did this amazing Halloween night live stream. So when we dropped Trick or Treat for Halloween, we'd already wrapped that, the weekend before. So I had my Halloween night free, and it was, I think I had suggested to them that we should start getting into live streaming, because I just feel like it's another avenue to explore. I want to start doing live streaming, and maybe eventually we can get live fan commentaries going, and maybe start getting some super chats going, and just start growing things, start spreading our wings a little bit. And so they're like, "Yeah, we're going to do it. Do you want to come on board with us on our fledgling flight?" And I said, "Of course I want to." And the funny thing is that they ended up getting their channel, Revival House on YouTube, ended up getting flagged by YouTube, and they demonetized all their fucking videos. And they yanked their ability to live stream for 3 months, like the day before Halloween. I mean, talk about total fucking bullshit. YouTube is becoming the biggest fucking content Nazis. It's ridiculous. I don't know what it was in their content they didn't like. I mean, their content tends to be a little bit edgy, I mean, there's some edgy humor in there, but it's not highly political, and it's not super offensive. It's just the nature of the way that they do things, and it makes, I think, for really entertaining podcasting. And something happened, and YouTube totally fucked them over. So that sort of led them to go, you know what, well, fuck the man. We're going to go over to Twitch, and we'll just live stream on Twitch. And now we'll start moving all our content to Twitch.com, which is a platform mainly for, gamers to, have channels and, have their community and enjoy video games together. We're going to move in there and start moving our content for podcasting over there, for our fan commentaries and stuff. So they went ahead and signed up and created an account. I went ahead and signed up and created an account. So now our Rated Horror Commentary podcast is on Twitch. please go over there. I'll put the link in the description, and yeah, just follow us. Follow Revival House Network as well. And sorry guys, let me turn my phone off. Forgot to do that. Yeah, so go over there and follow both of our channels, and I'm going to start uploading all of our content from R-rated over there. So you can watch, all of our content with the video if you want to, and at least I believe that's allowed. The main thing, the reason why we're going over there is to start live streaming, connecting with the fans more. And we had that live stream on Halloween night. We watched Halloween, the original 78 Carpenter classic, and we had so much fucking fun. We had about 15 or 20 people in the chat, and we just tore it up, man. We just let ourselves go where the wind would take us, and we had a really, really fucking good time. Highly successful, I would say. So, yeah, eventually I'd like to get R-rated, walking down that avenue as well. And you can definitely expect more live streaming from them, and hopefully I'll come up, be able to go hang out with them as well. So that's new, Twitch. We're also on Spotify now. I managed to get R-rated over there just a few days ago. So go, if you're a hardcore Spotify person, and that's your platform to listen, we're there. Go find us and follow us, and all the latest shit will be updated. All the back catalog and back episodes are all there as well. So go find that and enjoy that. And what else? Let's see. It's been 3 months, so there's been a lot of things going on. Went to if we're gonna rewind the clock a little bit, back in September, we went to Monster Mania 39 in Cherry Hill. I went with my buddy Alex Edwards from the Skeleton Crew. He's on horrorphilia.com. He also has a podcast called Married with Children podcast. So if you like that show, which a lot of people do, it's probably one of the best shows in the 90s, if you ask me. Late 80s, early 90s. Yeah, go follow his podcast, horrorphilia.com, and on YouTube. But anyway, yeah, we decided, because he lives really close to me, and we decided to hook up and go to Monster Mania. And we, hooked up with a couple other friends down there. And that was a lot of fun. It was a good show. The previous summer that they had Monster Mania down there was a real... I didn't go, but I kind of followed it. And it was a real shit show because it was way oversold, too crowded. People couldn't get in. It was very hot. It was just, if you've ever been to a con before where that's too crowded, it's not fun. It's just, you can't move around. You can't get up on tables. It's hard to make purchases and get into panels. And it's just, they oversell the show because they get greedy, and then it ends up being a shitty time. Now, I can say that they fully corrected that problem this time around. We had no problem. We stayed in the hotel the con was at. And it was crowded, but it wasn't too crowded, It wasn't an ongoing obstacle course all day. And we had a good time, and I think some of the highlights were, I met Pauly Shore, and I got a soundbite for Revival House, because they're big Pauly Shore fans over there. So I got a soundbite for them, and let's see, we just sort of walked around and met a couple celebs. I was hoping to get to meet Nick Castle or Kane Hodder, but it just didn't seem like the opportunity really presented itself, and I sort of ran out of disposable income. So I didn't want to go linger around their table and not buy something. I think that's just kind of shitty. So I saw them. We definitely saw them at the show, but I just kind of observed from a distance, and we met Billy Zane, and that was pretty cool. He was a pretty nice guy. I just said I'm a really big fan of Dead Calm. That's a really great 80s flick that he did with Nicole Kidman. I guess you would call it a horror/thriller. Pretty cool movie. So I was like, hey man, I really love Dead Calm. I've loved it since the 80s, and thanks for all the work that you've done and stuff. And he was really nice. And then Alex got a photo signed or something. I would say the highlight of the whole weekend, though, besides just hanging out with friends and getting drunk together, was the panel we went to for it was a Nightmare on Elm Street panel, and it had let's see, of course, Robert Englund, and then three of the girls. It was Lisa Wilcox. God, I'm not going to be able to remember the other ones' names. Tuesday Nights, and there was another Lisa, the Lisa from Freddy's Dead. I can't remember her name. I'm just going to skip over it, but yeah, it was pretty interesting. You know, I mean, before the panel started, the actual showrunner of Monster Mania apologized for last year and said they were going to, listen to their fans and do better. And I really admired that. I thought that was really cool. They were owning up to their mistake. And by all means, everything went off without a hitch at that show. And so that just shows that they have goodwill towards the fans and it matters to them. So that was cool. That was cool. And then they went into the panel, and of course, Robert Englund was great. And the girls, some more interesting than others in terms of like what they talked about. But it's just the typical kind of panel stuff where they talked about their experiences on the film and answered some questions and stuff like that. And, Robert Englund is a big ham. He loves the spotlight, so he did his fair share of talking as well. And one thing that I noticed that he mentioned that someone asked him if he was going to come back as Freddy, and he outright said no. He said, "I'm too old, to do more movies, and at least the Freddy Nightmare on Elm Street movies. He's too old for the makeup. He doesn't really seem interested in doing it, and maybe they need to pass the mantle on to somebody else." And then literally like a month later, the news comes out that he's going to be on that crappy fucking Soccer Mom sitcom. Let me look up the name. But yeah, so I was like, he must have known that they were going to do that TV spot. I don't know why he lied. Or maybe he wasn't allowed to bring it up, but he's like, I'm never going to, I can't do another movie because I don't want to do the makeups anymore. I'm too old. And then he literally turns around and does this shitty Soccer Mom show on ABC or something. And I was like kind of miffed by that. I was like, well, if you can do a crappy TV show, why can't you do one more movie? I don't know what it would be. I'm always kind of like rooting for a Freddy versus Chucky movie. I always thought that'd be funny. But let's see, Robert Englund, Freddy TV show. I want to give you the name so you guys can go watch it, because I know that it's out there on the internet for people to see. So, let's see. Sorry, guys. I know it's like boring to listen to somebody look up shit. Okay. Robert Englund is playing Freddy Krueger in this year's Halloween episode of The Goldbergs. This is an article on Bloody and Disgusting back in September. So this was really just a few weeks after he said he's not going to be donning the glove again. And I was just like, really? I mean, he looks pretty good in the makeup, for the pictures I've seen. I haven't watched the segment yet. I hear it's just like, it's like a fan shout out essentially to Freddy Krueger, and something that they just did for ratings. But he looks pretty good. He looks a little chubby around the torso. The makeup itself looks pretty good. The glove looks a little different. The hat looks good though. But yeah, I mean, he could definitely come back and do one more Freddy movie. I mean, if he can do this shitty TV show, I'm sure they spent a couple days shooting, and they could get him in the makeup for a week and do one more Nightmare on Elm Street with Robert Englund. So, yeah. Well, anyway, it was an enjoyable panel. Monster Mania 39 was a lot of fun. If you're on the northeastern seaboard, I would highly recommend checking that out. They have two every year. They have one in Cherry Hill. I think the other one's in like Maryland or Philly or something nearby, but I'm in Jersey, so I'd, obviously go to the one down south. It takes about an hour and a half, 2 hours to get down there for us. So I enjoyed it. It was cool. Hopefully next year I'll have some more money on me, and I can maybe buy some more loot. I want to start loading up on T-shirts. I need some more sweet ass fucking horror T-shirts. I really like some of the shit Terror Threads is coming out with. But one thing I did pick up at the show was a show T-shirt, a con T-shirt, which had Freddy and Jason on it, so that was pretty cool. Let's see. What else has been going on? Well, like I said, I saw The Meg. Absolutely fucking terrible movie. Total piece of shit. Like I said, really disappointed. I mean, I knew I was taking a gamble going to see that. But there's been so many horrible shark movies. I thought, well, maybe this is one's got a big budget. They put some thought into it. Maybe it'll surprise me, because if I can enjoy a movie like Piranha 3D, the remake from 2000 and I don't know what it is, 12 or something. If I can enjoy that, it was 2010, I think. If I can enjoy that, I mean, the blood and the gore and, it's just a stupid summer popcorn flick, but I can enjoy it because it's goofy and I like those kinds of things. And this movie had none of that. It was just, I was looking at, it's a long movie. It's very fucking cliche. I was looking at my watch a lot I actually thought about leaving. And I was like, I'll stick it out. That's how boring it was. That was a total disappointment. The Predator. Holy shit, what a fucking shit bomb movie that was. My friend, or the Double D, Dan Donnelly, the guy who started the podcast with me, he went and saw it. He liked it a lot. I thought it was fucking stupid. It was embarrassingly bad entry into the franchise. Shame on you, Black & Decker. You totally fucked up. The two guys who wrote the amazing fucking Monster Squad movie, Shane Black, the original writer, actor from the original Predator. This was the best you could come up with, dude. Holy crap, what a piece of garbage. You fucked with the legacy. You fucked with the canon. Some of the visual effects were good, so there was a couple cool kills or whatever, but it's the most discombobulated, convoluted fucking piece of garbage. Terrible ending. Oh man, it's stupid. So dumb. What a disappointment, man. That franchise is fucking cursed, man. They just can't get a good Predator movie together. So yeah, I would watch a torrent, maybe watch get it from Redbox if you have to. I don't think it's worth owning. It's definitely not worth going to the theater to see if it's still out there. So yeah, no bueno, man. That fucking movie sucked ass. What else? Well, I did see the new Halloween movie, of course, because this is coming out after Halloween. So me and Alex and some of his friends went and saw it at the local AMC here. We saw it in the Dolby Theater, which was like $23 for a ticket. But I figured, yeah, it's probably worth it because we finally get to see a movie with John Carpenter's score in it, and so the sound was really good, the screen was good, and it was just really comfortable theater. So yeah, we went, and me and Alex both really enjoyed it the first viewing. I thought I was entertained because we were going in, you can't help but be a little skeptical, a little worried that it might suck, but you want it to be good. And you're just hoping that you don't end up with another Nightmare on Elm Street remake, So, I had high hopes because I know that they had put some real TLC into this. And Carpenter was involved, and Jamie Lee was back, and you had Nick Castle coming back to help the new Michael kind of learn what the shape is all about. And I think he even threw in a cameo of him in there, and I enjoyed the movie on the first viewing. However, once a torrent popped up online and I watched it about 5 more times, I was like, every time I watched it, it got a little worse. Now, let me just say this, because I won't go into a full review here and I don't want to spoil anything. Jamie Lee was great. The shape was great. The shape was perfect. I really liked the new mask. I really liked the body language of the shape. It was definitely more in tune with the first movie. Laurie's character was pretty good. Everything else, man, the writing is just bad. They forced a lot of humor in there that's really not that good. And it's disappointing. The original movie is such a special movie. It's lightning in a bottle. The movie flows so well. The original Halloween, it flows. It has atmosphere. It feels like Halloween. The tone is great. The shape is perfect. Everything's very well balanced. And the new one, tone good, no atmosphere, really bad jokes, terrible, terrible twists that stops the movie almost dead. Pointless, just really cringy writing, stuff that's out of place, like really convoluted ending, terrible ending shot of the movie. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do a review for this one for sure. I'm okay. I'll accept the movie as a good entry in the franchise. I'm not saying it sucks. It's definitely better than H2O. I think it's better than Resurrection. Maybe even better than 5. I know a lot of people hate 5, but see, for me, 4 and 5 go together, and I like 4 a lot. 5 is more of like that when horror movies in the 80s, especially slashers, they hit that formula, and a lot of franchises were hitting that formula. And for me, when I watch like Halloween 5, it reminds me of that height right before things started going downhill, the height of the 80s horror slasher. And so I like it. I like all the bad shit in 5. And I have to pull it in closer to 4 because I like 4 a lot. So does it beat out 5? No. Does it go head to head with 6? Yes. I haven't decided which one I like better. But it's, I'll accept it as a good Halloween movie. If it comes on TV, I'm not going to go, oh, God, like I would with, the Nightmare on Elm Street remake. Like, I really have no interest in watching the Nightmare on Elm Street remake. Really have no interest in going back to that at all. I'm sure we'll end up doing it on the channel eventually, but, it's just if I was channel surfing and it was on TV, I'd skip right by it. Now, if the new Halloween movie was on, I could sit through it, so I'm not saying it's a shitty movie. It's just disappointing because it didn't do what I hoped it would do. Oftentimes, movies are really great the first time you see them in a theater, but you want to see, if you're a critical person about movies, especially horror like I am, that has to have the ability to withstand the test of time and multiple viewings. You're supposed to enjoy the movie more and more and more the more times you watch it. When I just see stuff that really bothers me, then I say that lowers my opinion on the movie and what I would say rank it. But, hey, they did the best they could. They're going to make a sequel. It made a shit ton of money, and they're going to be making a lot more horror movies, I guarantee you. And that's a good thing. So I would say overall the movie was a success, and it didn't insult anybody. It just had some bad writing, essentially. And it really left things open. So there's that as far as what I've seen for movies. I went ahead and jumped on board with Shudder. Since the Joe Bob's The Last Drive-In, I just kept my Shudder subscription, and I've been really enjoying it. It's the interface not really as good as Netflix yet, but they have good content on there, and I really enjoy the TV option, Shudder TV option, because maybe you can't pick something out and you're just laying in bed, want to drift off to sleep. You just hit TV, and that gives you a couple options of a genre there, subgenre, and you can just maybe discover a new movie or watch an old classic, and it's just there. It was really cool. I think for Halloween they played Halloween 24/7, and then they had like how they have like at Christmas time like the Yule log, which is just a video of a couple logs on a fire just to create atmosphere. Well, they do that on Shudder too, but it's just jack-o'-lantern, and that was pretty cool. I actually turned that on for a while. It's kind of fun. But yeah, there's some great movies on there. They just uploaded a whole bunch of Hitchcock movies, which is great because there's a bunch of movies of his filmography I hadn't seen yet, and I really enjoyed Vertigo. Believe it or not, I hadn't seen that movie, and I'm embarrassed to say that I just hadn't gotten around to seeing it. and I watched it, and I fucking loved it. It was really fucking good. And holy shit, Kim Novak is amazingly hot in that movie. And Jimmy Stewart's great. Just a great movie, filmed amazing. I mean, it's just it's a Hitchcock classic. There was another movie of Hitchcock's on there I watched. I think it was called Rope. And that's a suspense, and that was really cool too. It's definitely a smaller scope of a movie, but it's riveting. It's really, really cool. So I'll highly recommend that. And of course, Rear Window is amazing as well. And The Birds is a Hitchcock classic that I've loved since I was a little kid, because my grandma loved that movie. And I remember back in the 80s, right around when, like VHS was pretty mainstream, she actually copied it off the TV for us, and she gave it to us so we could watch it. And I watched The Birds over and over and over and over again, and I still love that movie. It's really great. Such a quiet, sort of terrorizing movie. So highly recommend, if you haven't really, whipped out the credit card for Shudder yet, get on there and try it. I have to say, I've really enjoyed the service, and so I've decided to just keep it and let it roll. And of course, Joe Bob's coming back Thanksgiving night, doing another 24-hour marathon. What did they subtitle it? It was like something about dinners, like gory dinners or savage dinners or something like that. So he's going to be doing a Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie. And so that should be interesting. I'm going to be continuing my subscription for sure. I'm also catching up on, let's see, I got a 7-day trial to Stars through my Amazon Fire Stick, so I could watch the last season of Ash vs. Evil Dead, which I'm way behind on. And I have to say, this season feels a little different. Now, everybody knows Ash vs. Evil Dead is a wacky, gory TV show. It's totally over the top. It's totally cheesy. I feel like this third season, they're really going over the top. It's almost so bad it's good. I mean, it's very over the top. Very outlandish. Maybe a little too much. Because the first 2 seasons are definitely like, there's a balance there. And they're being very discriminating about, when they're using those wacky moments to, thrill the audience and give you a laugh or whatever. Third season just seems to be really like, they're like, this is it. Let's just go for it. Let's use up all our money. Fuck it. And I'm enjoying it. It just seems maybe a little too wacky. I'm only about 4 episodes in, so I can't give it a full review or anything, but I am enjoying it. And I'm looking forward to finishing that. So, I can go back and listen to some reviews on it and stuff. So, what else? Well, we're just around the corner. It's a Suspiria remake, and I think that might be in theaters now. It's not in my local AMC or any of the other theaters around me, which sucks. So, which means I'm probably gonna have to hunt it down on the internet, which I don't want to do. I want to go see it in a theater, but I don't really have a choice. But I am interested in seeing that. Giallos are, hit or miss for me. The original Suspiria, I've seen a few times. Visually stunning movie, hasn't really captured my heart or anything. I think I like Demons a lot, and Demons 2, but Suspiria, I don't know if it's for me. I don't hate the movie. I just don't long to watch it again. But it doesn't matter what I think about the original. I'm still very interested in the remake, and I'm really hoping it does well to continue on this momentum we've got with horror right now. I mean, horror is making a comeback, man, little by little. I mean, we had a little bit of hiccup when they did that Rings movie, I think last year, shit the bed so hard they canceled the Friday the 13th remake, which was a fucking stupid goddamn thing to do. It just shows you how retarded these fucking movie executives are and how frivolous they are. But I'm sure they'll be bringing that back from the dead because apparently they've settled their lawsuit. Victor Miller and Steve Miner, what's his name? I'm talking about the overlord of the Friday the 13th franchise there. What's his name? They finally settled their dispute over the IP, and I guess somebody's going to start making some kind of Friday the 13th and or Jason movies somewhere down the line, considering there's a fucking gold mine of money to be made with, bringing back horror right now. We've got the It remake part 2 coming soon. Next year. That should be a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to that because I really enjoyed what they did with the original, the remake they came out with last year. That was really good, I thought. I really enjoyed seeing that in theater, and that gave a big boost to the horror community. But, things are looking up, and I know we're going to get some more Jason, he won't die. In pop culture. The Friday the 13th game gave it some juice, and then, we thought that we were going to get another Friday the 13th movie, and that didn't happen. But now that Halloween was a smash hit, people are going to be wanting to make money, man. Cunningham and Miller both are going to want to cash in on this, I guarantee it. And if they have to go their own separate avenues on this, I could see, them making, Jason, just having a movie and calling it Jason Takes, I don't know, whatever they decide to come up with. Jason Returns to Crystal Lake, or something, that easily could happen. I could see them taking Friday the 13th name and making a new slasher and throwing it in there, which I think would be really interesting. I think it'd be really cool to see them take Friday the 13th and then mold a new slasher or a new sort of idea, or maybe even doing like a really good anthology series with the Friday the 13th name, better than what they did with the TV series, something really fucking cool. So who knows? I'm excited for it, man. I'm just sitting here rubbing my hands together, thinking about all the shit we're going to get down the line. And curious to know what they're going to do with the new Halloween storyline that they're going with, because it was a very ambiguous ending, and goddamn, they've already got a working script going for that shit. So who knows? What am I going to be doing on this channel? What is the state of things right now? Things are going really well. We're getting steady subs. I'd really like to get more. We've been struggling to get to 200 subs on YouTube. I don't know. Our numbers are pretty decent, I think, on Horrorphilia. We have a little crowd of people that like our stuff. I'm starting to get more fans, finding me on Twitter and on Facebook and stuff. Please, come join us. We want you to be involved. I respond to every single fucking tweet and every single fucking email, every single post, whatever. I love to interact with other horror fans. And, we're R-rated horror. It's for Twitter, it's at R-rated horror, and then Facebook is R-rated horror. It's facebook.com/R-rated horror, and then if you want to email, it's rratedhorror@gmail.com. And we're on YouTube there and Twitter. Now we're on Twitch, we're on Spotify, all that good stuff, and exclusively on horrorphilia.com. But the plans for the channel for now, what I'm looking at is finishing up a couple reviews. I'm going to do a Halloween review hopefully soon. I just want to do it right. I know everybody's pretty much dropped their reviews. I don't have a lot of experience with doing reviews, like a formal review, and I'm trying to figure out the format, how I want to approach it. And I really want to do a Halloween 2018 review well. I don't want to just throw out some piece of shit. So that's something I want to do. Commentary wise, I'm going to jump in and do a solo commentary soon for another, continuing on our Scream Queen exploitation or whatever you want to call it. I'm going to do some more of those. People seem to be really enjoying, when I have Linnea Brink and Michelle, I'm going to do a commentary for one of those. Matt and I haven't really discussed what movies to do next together, but we always have something in mind. I know I really want to do that Teddy Ruxpin commentary. I think that would just be fucking something. It'd be hilarious. It'd be something different. And, it'd be cool to get to know the guy a little bit. What else? The end of the year, just... We'll be playing it by ear. We'll just see how things go. And I want to do some new artwork and give the channel a new look, update it a little bit, make it a little bit more... Give it a little bit more pizzazz. And as far as the format of the fan commentaries go, that's pretty much going to stay the same. I'll keep doing these just to keep giving you updates and let you know what's been going on. I know there's more news and things happening. Maybe, Horophilia might be shutting down early next year, and if that happens, I might be teaming up with Revival House Network. We'll see. We have some things to talk about. We got to clarify this, that, and the other thing. But I love those guys, and I think they're have a special something, and I think they're going places, and there's no reason why I wouldn't want to, team up with them. And I know we're going to be doing a shitload of stuff together next year as well, as long as we all seem to stay friends. Should be more and more things to do together. So we're talking about hitting up a HorrorCon in Kansas City next year. And, maybe if we head out that way, maybe Wazelle can come meet us or something. The four of us can go hang out and podcast and take pictures together and just have a good time and get to know each other better in person. So yeah, that would be fun. And like I said, I'm gonna be uploading content to my Twitch channel, and hopefully we'll get the live streams going and just growing things out a little bit. Keep soaking in the sunshine, and then the sunshine is you guys, the fans. The fans, I don't like to call it fans, listeners. And then just taking that love and growing the channel. And I love to get feedback. I like to get suggestions. Good or bad, let me know what you think of the show. And leave comments. Oh, that's something I can do. Let me read some comments here. Yeah, I always forget about the goddamn contents. I think... even like the last JunkMail episode I did, I said I was going to read comments, and I fucking forgot. By the time I wrapped up the show, I totally had forgotten to do it. So let me pull up YouTube here, and let me see if I can answer some questions for you, or at least comment on your comments on the videos. So, I recently also... signed up as a Patreon to Dr. Wolfila's channel. So I've been going in there and enjoying some of his exclusive content for Patreon supporters. And some people in there knew my channel, and some people who didn't came over and subscribed. So I just want to say thank you to all you guys who subbed recently. Let me see here. Gotta find out where the... Just pulling up comments here. Just hang on one second. Comments. Very good. Okay. Let's see. On episode number 46, Trick or Treat, 1986. I think Aaron says here, Aaron from Revival House says, you forgot to mention Gene Simmonson's role in the John Stamos classic Never Too Young to Die. I've been wanting to do a commentary for that one in November, hopefully. I've never seen Never Too Young to Die, but you got Gene Simmons and John Stamos, man, that sounds pretty fucking interesting to me. I'd love to check that out. I know, Aaron, you're a big fan of Trick or Treat, and hopefully you guys get around to doing it maybe next Halloween or something. The next Halloween Blitz you guys do. But thanks for commenting, dude. Let's see. Here's another one from Aaron from Revival House. Let's see. He says, regarding Trick or Treat, one of my all-time faves. Love that trailer too. Shut up. Riverman and I are both massive fans of the Fastway soundtrack too. Hell yeah, dude. Fucking amazing metal album for sure. Here's one from David Capper for our episode 45, The Monster Squad. Says, Good job. Very entertaining to rewatch with y'all. Question: do you think that Black and Decker, meaning Shane Black, Fred Decker, meant to make a Monster Squad remake with that botched Predator film? Maybe they meant to make a hard R-rated sequel to Monster Squad where all the kids grow up and become some sort of Arrested Development paramilitary monster fighting squad. But Hollywood stepped in and said, hey, why don't we just put it in a crab mouth, dreadlocked alien thing? Dollars to donuts, that's what happened. That's an interesting theory, dude. He's basically saying that, like, maybe they had this script floating around for Monster Squad 2 for a while where they all grew up and they became these, like, jerk-offs. And, that went on to fight more monsters. And they were like, nah. And then they're like, well, fuck it. We'll just turn it into a Predator movie. And that's what we end up getting with the Predator. That's a good theory. I mean, I could see that. I'd rather them, I guess, maybe spoil the Predator, the Predator franchise than I would Monster Squad. Because I kind of like that Monster Squad is a weird little lonely movie that just sits there in the 80s. That middle-aged dorks like me go back and appreciate, and it hasn't been exploited and ruined. I know they were talking about doing a Monster Squad sequel, and it just never happened. So that's very possible, David. Thanks for commenting. On the same commentary, Adrian Mendoza just comments, good commentary. Well, I'll take it, man. Thanks. I hope you mean it. We had a lot of fun with that one. I also want to say, while I bring up Adrian's name, that he's been a listener of the show for quite a while, and my cat just recently had an incident. She's an indoor-outdoor cat, and she got attacked by an animal and got pretty severely hurt, and I needed to come up with some funds for an emergency doctor's visit for her. And he donated some money, and I just want to say thank you, dude, for throwing in some dollars, you know what I'm saying? It really means a lot that you cared enough to help Lucy out. So she's doing much better, by the way. The Fun Nun Horror Show says on our episode 44, Halloween Resurrection, great episode, boys. Thanks, dude, or dudettes. Really appreciate that. We had a good time. I need to check out your show, The Fun Nun Horror Show. I haven't gotten around to it yet, but you're on my radar. So, from me and Eric both, thank you for the encouragement. Same commentary, Halloween Resurrection. Bradley Taylor, a.k.a. the Rattlesnake, says, it gets worse from here, Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. Dude, I couldn't agree with you more. It really would be a tug-of-war between which one I would want to watch. Halloween Resurrection. Probably Resurrection, because Halloween 2, the Rob Zombies Halloween 2, is such a long piece of shit. It's so masturbatory. He just really loves smelling his own fucking farts. You know what I mean? Like, I might be able... Like I always say when it comes to Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, I could maybe get into it if they dropped about 20 minutes and it didn't have anything to do with Michael and it was just a standalone slasher, you know? But I think it violates the Michael Myers canon and the character, and I think Rob Zombie is just kind of an asshole, so I don't really dig it. But yeah, you're totally right. Thanks for the comment, Rattlesnake. Also, on this commentary, Jetpack Wolf says, the dank shit dough. And I think he's pretty much fucking giving us high praise in the way that Zach would. And of course, Eric says faux Rizil. So what else we got here? Another comment, same commentary. Let's see. Let's see. RBO SMF is the handle, I guess. And it says, I only watched this movie one time back in 2015, I believe. And I wanted to shoot myself after viewing it. I think most of us would feel that way the first time we watched Halloween Resurrection. Also, earlier with the balance beam, where you have Halloween 5 on the right and this shit pile on the left, I'm going to lean so far fucking right since I can see a lot more entertainment value in H5. See, I agree 100%. Like I said, like, Halloween 5 is right in that pocket of formulaic slashers where, yeah, things become really cheap and cheesy, but god damn it, they are entertaining. He goes on to say, Donald L. Shanks was a much better shape than Brad Lorry will ever be. Yeah. The Shape and Resurrection was awful. So yeah, I'm gonna agree with you on that one. I would like to rank the Shapes at some point. A lot of people shit on Dick Warlock for his portrayal of the Shape in 2. I like it just fine. I don't know why, but somehow it fits in fine with that movie and the soundtrack and everything. So, but yeah, there has been some very questionable Shapes. They just threw any old stuntman in there, I guess. But to continue on, I'm 18 and I do adore classic horror flicks from the 80s so much, as well as the music. I immerse myself in the 80s all the time because it's a fun, nostalgic place, even though I didn't grow up in it. I do hate modern era horror films and music a lot, to where I won't give any chances for it, as well as suggestions from others. Ugh, do I hate that comment so much of, well, there's gotta be one good one. It makes me want to slap them multiple times to where there's a nosebleed. Maybe not that graphic or physical of a reaction, since I'm not an irrational individual, but yeah. Yeah, the 80s were great. They were special. I mean, the way the movies looked and felt, and just a general sort of like mentality of screenwriters back then, and there was a lot of excitement because it was something sort of new. It was a new thing for horror. I mean, there's some great stuff in the 70s, don't get me wrong, but 80s really made it campy and fun, and I was so lucky to grow up in a time that we could really appreciate that. And we during the 80s, when you're a kid, it just is what it was. It just was what it was. They existed as it was. And we didn't look back on it, look at those movies as nostalgic yet. They were just the cutting edge of what horror was. And there was a ton of it, and we loved it. And now we can go back and appreciate stuff maybe we missed back in the 80s. And I mean, there's so many fucking 80s horror slasher movies that I've found in the last 2 years that I had no idea even existed. So it's fun to go back and look at those with, fresh eyes and stuff. And as an adult now, the 80s were fucking awesome. You just can't get around it. And I don't think that you can really bring it back. It just was the time and place. Dude, as far as like appreciating new horror and stuff and new things that come out, I'd say don't be too hasty. Don't be too cynical, dude. Try to keep an open mind and try everything. Give it a try. Every now and then something really special comes along, and even if it's new, So be a good horror fan. Keep your mind open and try to enjoy what's coming on down the line. Let's see, what else? Eric says, thanks for having me on. Of course, dude, you're welcome anytime. This is for episode 37, Sorority Babes and the Slimeball Bolorama. Hey, here's a great Linnea Quigley slasher you should tackle called Murder Weapon. Here's the trailer. That's from Jamie Davis. Dude, I've seen it, and it's pretty fun. It's cool. I mean, it's definitely in that pocket of Scream Queen junk movies that were, coming out. Not a whole lot to it, just a couple kids running around inside a house, but it's fun. I liked it, and it's definitely the type of movie I would do for a Scream Queen classic movie. Maybe not next, but I'll think about getting around to that one. Thanks for the suggestion, Jamie. Really appreciate the comment. He also says the R-rated horror commentary podcast will be. He says it actually will be a great commentary. I think insane gore and Linnea and Karen Russell both nude throughout. Glad I found your channel. We'll drop a 5-star review on podcasts and iTunes, dude. Thank you so much. Reviews are really important. It helps bring attention to the channel, and it lets us know that you guys care or that you like what we're doing. So I really appreciate the review. And hell yeah, dude, any movie with some sweet hot bods in it, and Linnea is, for me, super charming. I love to watch her on the screen. So hell yeah, like I said, I'm sure I'll get around to it eventually. Let's see what else we got. He also commented on episode 41, Hollywood Chainsaw Hookers. I love the work and effort you put into your Scream Queen episodes. I have a Michelle Bauer one for you to do called Death Row Diner. It's shitty and great at the same time. Yeah, dude, I want to do more Michelle movies. I love Michelle, the tall bombshell herself. I've met her before at a con, and man, she just exudes sexual energy. I mean, I'm a pretty stand-up guy, you know. I think of myself as like, you know, I'm really comfortable around women, you know, and their sexuality. But she's just hardcore, dude. She's just got this sexiness vibe about her that really almost intimidated me. But she was super sweet. Signed a photo for me, and just love her movies. And I will definitely check out Death Row Diner, man. He also says, I love the work. Oh, he just repeated himself. Okay, well, you're welcome, dude. Yeah, I try to make good videos. I try to make a good video with the audio if you're watching on YouTube. And I just try to make the channel with some music and clips and stuff. I try to make it a package. I don't just want to just sit and talk into the microphone. So I really appreciate your appreciating what I do. It's really cool. Let's just read a couple more and I'll wrap this up, I think, because we're already over an hour. So yeah, we'll just do two more. RBO SMF says, the original working print, this is for episode 22, Halloween 6, Curse of Michael Myers, which is what me and Eric and Wazelle did last Halloween. The original working print of the film should have been put out in theaters, which is basically the producer's cut. But it still probably would have been disliked a lot, like what was put out, but maybe got better feedback a little bit more, okay? Yeah, Halloween 6, Curse of Michael Myers. There's a theatrical cut and a producer's cut. And people seem to be more enamored with the producer's cut because they like the ending better. But then the producer's cut cuts out some gore. So it cuts out some really good scenes. I am partial to the Loomis / Runestone ending. That's in the P cut. So, but I do like some of the kills and the theatrical cut. So I want to do a R-rated cut where I splice together the two movies into the perfect Halloween 6. For me and for all you R-rated fans out there. So maybe that was something I could think about doing for next Halloween. And then the last one I'll read here is just from Bloodbath and Beyond, who has a great fucking horror channel, does awesome reviews, and they work their ass off, man. They're churning out content. But he's done some collaborations with Eric from the Death Twitch as well, and they've done some fan commentaries together. And he just commented on my R-rated top 10 horror fan commentaries video, and he just said, hell yeah, nice list, chain gang reppin'. And hey, dude, thanks a lot. I really appreciate you checking out our video. And dude, I would love to have you on as a guest on the show sometime, and we can, all three of us can chain gang that shit. You know what I'm saying? That would be awesome. But thanks for commenting, dude. I really appreciate it, and I look forward to watching more of your comments, or more of your content, rather. So yeah, thanks a lot, dude. And let's go ahead and wrap this up because we're just getting kind of long. I just like to keep it around an hour. So, yeah, there you go. That's what's going on with the channel. Lots of great stuff. There's going to be a season 3. We're going to do all kinds of great shit next year. And I'll keep doing these every couple months to keep you updated and give you some little tidbits and morsels of stuff going on in my life personally and with the channel and with other channels that I know and love. And so, yeah, guys, I hope you had an awesome Halloween. Have a great Thanksgiving, a great Christmas. And as always, guys, stay awesome, stay R-rated. Cheers.